Alright, more modern. This time we're trying out a Rakdos Arclight Phoenix deck. So this was a deck, I guess, around or Modern Horizons 1 came out. With the release of Lava Dart. Faithless Looting was legal back then. And I think this top aided a Pro Tour, just like a mono red Arclight Phoenix prowess style deck. But someone recently got forth in a challenge with a version playing Nethergoyf alongside Mishra's Bauble, which can play into your sort of prowess plan with Swiftspear and Dragon Rage Channeler. But yeah, he's got Fear of Missing Out as a new card, and then a bunch of cheap removal spells. If you end up paired against like Boros Energy, for example, you've got Lava Dart, Forked Bolt, Tarfire, Unholy Heat, Lightning Bolt. You have a lot of ways to deal with small creatures, so it's nice for that. Not too fancy of a deck, not that much to say. Sideboard's got some deal twos. This is mostly going to use the left half. But for Boros Energy, Graveyard Hate pieces, Rakdos Charm is just an all-around solid card. Graveyard and Artifact Hate anti-Splinter Twin. Charmaws for Eldrazi decks, and Thoughtseize Meltdown. So this is a Rakdos Phoenix deck. We're going to play a quick match with it and see how it goes. Alright, we are on the draw. Guess I can keep this on the draw. It's not like I don't have anything threatening. I do need a second, or I do want a second land, but this Nethergoyf should be reasonably large. Even if we brick, maybe the Unholy Heats will be good in whatever the matchup is. Okay. I think I'll just play Swiftspear and Bauble. An upkeep stop. And then attack for 2. And then after they resolve their fetch, we can Bauble to see what they got going on. Okay. So, whenever you cast a spell... Oh, this is Reanimator. Alright, so they just drew a Force of Negation that they put on top. Got this thing in the graveyard. Doesn't do anything yet, though, right? Grace manually with cards in exile. So, if they are playing Goro's Vengeance and we let them Force of Negation, then this will have Annihilator. That's obviously bad. They fully bricked. So they get a 1/4. Alright, let's see if we find a land. We get 2 draws here because the Bauble. Well, this sucks, but maybe they don't have a blue card to pitch. Or they don't want to fight over this. I assume this is getting forced, but okay, it didn't. So we'll have Sorcery, Artifact. Could just get Delirium. I can't play the Nethergoyf. I could discard the Nethergoyf, technically. So Sorcery, Instant Creature, Artifact. And then I just Unholy Heat the 1/4. Kind of embarrassing, but I'm not sure what more I can do. That's fine, right? Like, this didn't even draw a card, so I'm just trading 1 mana for 2 mana and milled some stuff. Alright, so they still have the Force. I don't know if they have a blue card or not. It's kind of hard for me to say. We got them down to 11. I don't know. If they have a blue card, they probably don't have a Goryo's. If they have a Goryo's, they probably don't have a blue card. Not really a way for me to know either of those things, I don't think, so. Emperor of Bones. Okay, if this doesn't get answered, I lose the game. So discarding this extra Unholy Heat was maybe questionable, but I kind of figured it wasn't going to do anything. Yeah, this is gonna exile an Ulamog, and then next turn, if they have a force, I'm just dead. Next turn, oh, they ate the looting, sure. So they can just exile the Ulamog and then get it back. It'll have counters equal to its CMC because of how that works, and then destroy all my permanents. So if they have a blue card for the force, it is a wee bit doomed. Well, if my looting resolves, I could technically hit. Kind of hoping they just counter the looting, but I could technically hit land removal spell, and then I get to go removal spell through force. If they just don't counter this, which they probably shouldn't, and then they force my lightning bolt, I lose, but I don't know what I can do about it. Okay, I think that might have been a punt. So maybe they're thinking I was looking for an answer. So now I can ask myself the question of, do they have second force blue card? Because nah, they just force then. So like if I bolt on their turn, they can't activate this ability, but they can force. I guess maybe that's better, but then they don't pitch. So if they do have force blue card, I just lose the game. But because this has the looting under it, when they activate it, it won't do anything. I could just try to bait them. Can I activate it twice? I wish I could read adapt. You know what? I'm just gonna lightning bolt it. I assume they don't have another force in a blue card. Because I can't. It doesn't really tell me what adapt does. I think you can activate adapt multiple times, but it won't trigger. All right, it's Google time. Yeah, okay, so you can activate it multiple times. Okay, they have a frog. And a Thoughtseize. They're at 7. Just putting them down to 5. They probably have to take Manamorphose, and if I draw any spell, it depends on what it is. If I draw a damage spell, probably good to go. Okay, not taking Manamorphose seems bad. Risky, maybe? I don't know. Because the fear is somewhat scary as well. Okay, so currently I could just Swift Spear Manamorphose and gamble. I mean, why wouldn't I do that? Could like Nethergoyf or whatever, but if I hit a spell, I think I just win. Well, I guess what? Red and black, I could draw Nethergoyf. Lava Dart your face, and then we can Lava Dart their face again. We'll go to -1. Nice. Okay, well, I think I should have lost this game. My opponent forced the looting, which I don't really think was worth doing. And I don't think I can do anything with one card in hand. Like they need like a Slaughter Pact or something weird like that. Okay. So against, I guess, what is this? This is just Grix, or that's Solitude, so it's probably, there's probably Faithless Looting in their deck. This is just, I don't really know. I assume that it's just Goryo's. It's probably got Ephemerate too. I think you could be 4-color with this archetype. I'm not actually sure. We have a lot of graveyard hate though, so let's do all of our interaction, and then take out like. Depends how high I value the Nethergoyf. Fork Bolt sucks. So I need sorceries, which I have looting, so. Holy Heat can be nice against Frog. So I guess I will keep in on Holy Heat. Surprised there's no Fatal Pushes in this 75. And how much do I care about Rakdos Charm? Maybe I don't need this much hate, but we're gonna ship it all in. Alright, so let's go -2 bolts, 1 Tar Fire. Maybe I don't need all the darts. I think I can leave Bauble, FOMO. Could trim like man. I'm gonna take out a dart and a Bauble. And then what's the fastest goldfish? I guess I'm gonna take out a Nethergoyf just because it doesn't really do anything for me. It's just like, I mean, it's a Goyf. It's just a large, big creature. Like the value from the escape doesn't matter that much. And Dragon Rage's Channeler can help me actually find my sideboard cards. So it doesn't do the best job of doing it, right? It's with Scries, but I do think that matters, and I think it's meaningful enough. So okay, sure. This is the type of hand that maybe just loses to a Psychic Frog, but you could argue that is part of why Nethergoyf might be important, is it can actually block some of the time, or at least force them to exile their graveyard. Alright, so it's an interesting Bauble spot. I guess, what am I doing? They topped. I think we'll just pop our Bauble, see what they topped, and then play a fetch. And then get like, whatever. Get Blood Crypt. Play this thing. I probably could have just played the Cliffs. I mean, I played the fetch to make this larger, but I don't know if my opponent has like damage effects. They're not like playing Tarfire or whatever. So I think Cliffs would have been a bit better, but I'm probably fetching next turn anyway. It does save me the life, right? I don't need all these black sources. I could just get a mountain. Okay, so they get looting to their hand. They don't have red mana yet. My Guide of Souls isn't very exciting. I would love to draw my own looting. So, let's do this. And then I think I'm just going to get a Surveil land. It does mess up my mana. Maybe it's not worth. What are the odds I want to cast this? Not that unlikely. Alright, fine. I'll buy it. Should I just get the Soul Guide Lantern into play? The looting. 5 unknowns. Okay. Yeah, Phoenix with these, like, all these artifacts too is a bit awkward. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with the Soul Guide, to be honest. Sort of wanted to save it just to nab the looting and then cycle, but I don't know if that's. I don't know if the looting flashback is my big concern out of all this. But so far, I'm not loving the feel of this deck. It just feels kind of awkward. Like, it feels like your deck is very bad if you don't draw Faithless Looting all the time. So, not in love with it. Maybe I'm supposed to take out the Phoenixes. Maybe if the way I Maybe if the way I boarded was better, maybe I just like go all in on beatdowns, take out Phoenix and leave in like either go with Lightning Bolt, Tarfire, Bauble, something like that. Okay, so now there's an Atraxa. It's surgical though. Should I surveil first? Yes, I will. Each one more spells. Alright, let's go red black, I guess. I don't have to worry too much about graveyard shenanigans. So there's a DRC. I guess. Okay, so if I don't do this now, I lose the mana. But the problem is now they can Goryo's and Force, right? If they have Goryo's Force, then they get blown out. Because they just get an Atraxa to block my thing. Gain 7, draw a million cards. So maybe those lose, but whatever. Also, popping the Lantern's really aggressive. I guess I didn't have to do that. I just wanted to use the mana. So now I don't have to worry about a fatty next turn. We don't need you. Okay. Let's get this one. 2 in hand. That's funny. Alright, so I have to beat Goryo's Ephemerate. And just horrible. Surgical was a blowout. But yeah, if they had blue card Force, that would have been devastating. Alright, cool. So, sort of a quick match. I think my takeaway is that I don't love the deck. I think it's like structurally sound. But it sort of, to me, feels like you just shouldn't have Arclight Phoenix in your deck. Right? Like, if my deck just had... I mean, it could be anything, right? Like, you can play Hollow One. You can play Unearth. You could splash blue for Oculus. You could play Unearth Oculus. You could play Unearth other things, Season Pyromancer, all that sort of stuff. You could play, like, the green Delirium creature, the 3-drop. There's a lot of things you could do. I'm not convinced that Arclight Phoenix is the thing that you want to be doing. It just seems like if you do not draw Faithless Looting, this card is, like, horrendously bad. So, the fact that I have 6 ways to discard it, and Fear of Missing Out is a terrible way to enable Phoenix. This deck doesn't make any sense to me. Kudos to this person for getting 4th place, but I don't think I would recommend this one. But, you know, do your thing. If you want to play this deck, by all means, do it. I'm sure you can win some games. This person obviously did. But I would recommend playing more spells, more things that discard in your Arclight Phoenix deck. And if you want to do this sort of like Delirium stuff, probably play the other Phoenix, the what's it called? The Collect Evidence one. Detective Phoenix, I think. Alright. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.